What's up, everybody? Appreciate you being here. Thanks for waiting out the long run with the rain. But if you're just joining us, NASCAR qualifying has been canceled, but they're going to practice. So I figured, hey, you guys gave us a bunch of likes already. Some people subscribed as well before this went live. So let's give y'all something to watch and listen to today. But looks like the track is dry, and we're going to see if we can get some practice in here. Group A, Group B. Maybe they'll practice all together. Who knows? But if I was Chase Elliott, I wouldn't be practicing. Chase Elliott and Ryan Blaney on the front row for tomorrow's USA Today 301. Does the USA Today is still a thing? Like, do people still read newspapers? That's weird. I don't think I've seen a USA Today in a while. But appreciate everybody being here. Thanks so much for hanging out. And hopefully we get some practice in here in just a second. But if not, we'll just hang here for at least 30 minutes or something, talk about some NASCAR news. Who saw Christopher Bell's interview yesterday? David Thomas dropping those nines. So Chase Elliott fans, congratulations, you're on the pole with Ryan Blaney on the outside for tomorrow. But who saw Christopher Bell yesterday drop the news? A big time spoiler in the interviews yesterday for the race here. Christopher Bell said the word Chase. Now, was he talking about Chase Elliott? No, he was not talking about Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott is not leaving Rick Hendrick. He's talking about Chase Briscoe. So Chase Briscoe, apparently not official anywhere by JGR, but you would think that Christopher Bell knows something if he sees, he said, Chase, when Chase comes to us, and he was like, oh, so Chase Briscoe going to be driving the 19. So all you Truex fans, there you go. You got you a new driver cheering for that 19. Then you don't have to worry getting rid of any of the hats or anything like that. Speaking of the 19, there it is right here. I'm thinking the race will happen on Monday. I hope not. I hope it's that was a classic. You're right. But so we'll see what happens here. We'll let you listen in to the NBC USA broadcast here when it comes back. But it looks like the track is dry. Cars are getting fired up, and they're getting set to do some practice here, do a couple runs. I'm not sure how they're going to do it. Either they're going to do it Group A and Group B, or they're going to do, and we'll just put practice so everybody knows you're watching NASCAR Cup Series practice. And then coming up at 2:15 in the link message, pin link message above there, you see that there is our Xfinity race. So make sure you go over and hit the like button for that, and have fun with us there. So hopefully the rain holds off, but it doesn't look too good. Maybe they'll push it back to later on today. Maybe they'll do it tomorrow morning. I don't know. Rain. NASCAR, we've been through this before. We've been down this road before for racing. So thanks so much for the ones that are tuning in. Hit the like button for us so we can get to 100 likes on a who knows what stream. That'll be awesome. A stream to nowhere, exactly. So we're just waiting hard to come back, and we'll see if some of these cars can get out there. This track, I was just talking about it. It needs a repave, like bad. Like there is gaps in these tracks. This track, really bad, horrible. Pretty good, Tracy. Pretty good. You're welcome. Just let's remember, if you're coming in, qualifying has been canceled, and we're just gonna do practice here. So let's listen in here to USA.
At 3 o'clock, that green flag has been moved up to 3:06. Again, right after the show, we'll be watching the Victory Lane review of last week's Iowa race. But again, looking forward to that green flag at 3:06 for the Xfinity Series.
So far, David, yes.
As this pesky precipitation gets out of the way. But when racing does take place on this racetrack, they go all over the track, don't they, Kevin?
Yeah, it's so much fun. Restarts with chaos.
You love the 23 and the 38. Awesome. Yeah, if you guys haven't checked out our paint scheme program, make sure you check that out.
It's really required. You know, we've seen in today's racing, restarts are just more aggressive than ever before. And
what's up, Rodney? Good to see you.
3 and 4 wide is what we have seen here before. I wonder if Brad Keselowski might be a part of 3 and 4 wide here. Kim?
Well, he is good when it comes to Louden. Has held the lobster in victory lane.
Drivers are by their cars, so that's good.
But you also saw some lobsters earlier
Bad Brad.
this weekend. Took the kids to visit the lobster. What do they think?
It's a big lobster, really big. My oldest daughter, Scarlett, though, she's not afraid of animals. She went right for it, Kim. I was really proud of her, but we'd like to.
Oh, not for a while.
My youngest daughter.
Not till next year, Shuttlesworth.
And maybe just pet it, but that's okay. We had a lot of fun. It's Macra's, the restaurant just down the road here, finds these big lobsters, brings them in just for this event, and it's a huge lobster. Like, the pictures really don't do it any justice, Kim. This is a huge freaking lobster, and I would love to have it.
You're looking sporty, too, with the paint scheme this weekend. What's been the fan reception to the colors you're running?
Yeah, well, obviously when you're up in the Northeast, getting a little fan love from the Red Sox is not a bad thing here, with the Fenway Group, being a part of RFK, the F and the RFK, and owning the Red Sox and a couple other sports teams. It's always great when we can kind of collaborate, and whether that's with our sponsor, Build Submarines, which is on the field at Fenway, or with the paint scheme on the car. And look, I got like a jersey uniform here.
It looks good.
They put my number on the back. What do you think?
Well, that's cool.
We'll get a wider shot.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, they put my number on the back. This is the closest I'm ever going to get to playing any of those types of sports. So I'm going to just relish this moment, Kim.
Well, the good news is you're dominant when it comes to racing. And like I mentioned, you won here twice at Louden. We were talking to Chris Buescher, though, and he hasn't had the stats you've had here, but he said he's leaned on you. So what kind of wisdom have you imparted on him on how to get around this racetrack?
Yeah, I think this track is just full of nuance. And I think Jeff Burton's up in the booth, right? Jeff was a pro at this track. He can explain it better than I can. But when you talk about a track with nuances, really what it is it's got all these different seams in it. And if your car is doing different things, like, you have to time how you hit the seams. If it might be loose end, you might want to hit this seam. And it might be really tight in the middle. Okay, let's pick up that seam. Or if it doesn't have drive off, you need to pick up a different seam. And, so it's so timing sensitive into how you hit those seams. And, of course, you control that with the gas, the brakes, the steering wheel, all that stuff. And it takes a really precise rhythm to be fast here.
Well, I guess that means we have to ask Burton, do you concur with what Brad just said?
Yeah, well, I think that, those seams, what I think it is, I don't think, Steve, is as much the seams as it is the banking difference that differentiates between the seams. Above it is a little more banking, below it is a little bit less banking. That's my opinion, is that you can definitely feel it, but I think you feel the different lanes more than you actually feel the seams. But, I've had this conversation with multiple drivers, and we all kind of look at it differently. And it's really interesting, because at a place like
are getting their cars, that's a good thing.
Repave, if you got on one of those seams, like, it was weird. Like, you get stuck on it, but you had no grip. You couldn't get off of it. And I never experienced that type of thing here.
Well, you're an expert on the racetrack. I'm going to give Brad a little heads up on the New England vernacular. It's a wicked big lobster. That would be how you would describe it here. It's wicked big.
Wicked big. Take a look at the playoff standings, and Brad Keselowski broke a 110 winless race streak when he got
always the same paint scheme.
Yellow on this list, and again 10 names currently locked in.
If you read our vlog, watched our vlog, Brad Keselowski's got a great
shocking thing is on the right side.
Finishing spot here, so that's why I picked him to win.
First, but every other name on that right
Plus, he's
side,
got that car. Like,
I think you could put in victory lane, and it wouldn't really. It might surprise you on that weekend, but it shouldn't shock you, right? Logano, Kyle Busch, Bubba Wallace.
I didn't think it was either, Lloyd.
Chris Buescher, Bowman.
But I mean,
he's still looking for that win coming back. I mean, Truex, for sure. Right. Has to, I know he says he's retired. I mean, he would actually probably be a fan for him. I think the garage might actually come back out and congratulate him one more time, knowing that he's done at the end of the year full-time racing.
And somebody that's not on this list is Michael McDowell. Would it surprise anybody?
Logano, Busch, Briscoe, and Gilliland are on the cut right now.
Would that surprise anyone? It wouldn't surprise me. So a guy like that could go up here and win a race and completely shuffle the board.
Second on the list there on the left, though, is Denny Hamlin. And after Iowa, I think a lot of
there you go. Cubs fan.
They're going to rebound, and they will be very good when they go to Loudon and New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Here's a little more on Denny Hamlin's driving style.
I use both pedals at the same time, and at times I'm applying the throttle while others are still slowing down.
Hamlin now has a little bit of breathing room.
Now, that doesn't always give me the best runs off the corner, but it allows me to keep my momentum up. And I think a lot of that comes from the late model days of low horsepower, really having to keep the car rolling. And most drivers, when we lift, we lift. He'll start it early, roll out, but he won't get to 0% throttle until after us.
Larson, he's out of time. Denny Hamlin is going to hold on.
On the short tracks, Denny always kind of stands out.
I beat your favorite driver.
Denny is a great short track racer and someone whose inputs are
Who's
very
in the
smooth.
16? Let's see.
He really studies a lot of information. He's one of the best, I think, at tire preservation.
AJ Allmendinger, he's doing the double duty this weekend.
When he does something, there's a reason for it. I think that's why you see him cross that edge. He thought it all out before.
It says Ty Dillon? Oh, okay. Never mind. I don't know what this NASCAR.com has.
So as we talk driving style, throttle control, short tracks, this is the perfect racetrack for you. A 3-time winner at New Hampshire. How confident are you that you can rebound after 2 weeks that maybe were uncharacteristic of this team?
Yeah, excited to get back on the racetrack, and we better do it pretty quickly before we get wet again. But you know, excited to get
Cars are on. That's a good thing.
Another opportunity to go out and have a win. So, you know, that's a great thing about being with a team like this is that you can always have a chance to win each and every week, and certainly this type of racetrack, fits my driving style. It has in the past, and certainly think I'm with a team that
you want to see
been pretty
SVG
strong on these types of tracks.
As you
well,
look
hopefully
at
they get the race
challenges
this
that
afternoon.
New Hampshire presents, wild restarts, you have seams, character of the track, pit road very slick. For you, what do you find the most challenging?
Yeah, I think, the restarts are always the most challenging, I think, here at New Hampshire. Certainly there's a lot of options. We see, cars really 3 wide at times, and certainly on a short track, that's not something you think of. But here at New Hampshire, the track really promotes that with the, the flatter banking on the bottom. So restarts are always treacherous. You're always trying to run your tires as low as you can, and that usually means cars are out of control for those first few laps. And so it's just a balance that the team and the drivers have to deal with.
Because your odds are so good here, I have to ask, have you overcome or worked on your fear of lobsters?
I have not. It's something that certainly I feel like I'll have to cross that bridge when we get there, and certainly hope I have that problem.
All right, Denny Hamlin, ostraconophobia is what you call a fear or phobia of crustaceans, and a lobster would fall into that category.
And a smile on Denny's face when she asked that question, because we've seen him grimace.
So, Tony, good to see you.
Louden the lobster at the end of this race.
The other driver did a nice
starting P28 for SVG because their qualifying got rained out as well.
What I agree with are Denny's skill sets, right? He's very analytical. It seems like he's very calculated for the majority of the race, and we see other race car drivers like that. But then Denny has this ability at the end of a race to kind of shut the calculated thoughts off and just react when it comes down to the green, white checkers, the last corner, the last
What's up,
lap.
Mike?
And
Good to see you.
That's the thing, right? We talk about practice and sim and all of these things. That's all in preparation. But at some point, you have to run the race, and then you get to the end of the race, and at some point, if you're in position, you have to win the race. And Denny kind of has that ability, much like Kyle Larson, where they just seem to know where to put their cars, right? They have that ability to close in the last couple
Instinctual.
miles. Yeah.
Well, and at 43 years old, a lot of drivers are starting to slow down and exhibit, a loss in speed. That hasn't happened with Denny. I think Denny is his very best right now. I think a more mature Denny is a more dangerous Denny. He knows how to manage the race, as you just talked about, and even from the day he first came in, he was been pretty good about that. But it's gotten better, and I really want to see him if they can make the championship 4. I really want to see him go to Phoenix. He's kind of, Steve, been, it's one race. I want to see him embrace the one race thing. I want to see him say, yes, it's one race and we're going to win it, and because he is a remarkable race car driver with so many wins, 54 wins. Think about that, 54 wins, just missing that championship really to close out a great career. And he's come really close. And I just understanding where he is in his age, I think if he can make that this year, he's going to be really, really dangerous.
Then he referenced wanting to get in the car as quickly as he can so that he can make his way out onto the track. This is why, because it might be breaking up a little bit there behind, but it's
they're going to get going here.
The Porsche.
All right, so we're going to have some cars on the track here. There is rain coming, though. What's up, T-Van? Good to see you. That hat I can deal with. Awesome. Thanks, T-Van. Appreciate it. I am wearing Tennessee stuff tonight. Tennessee Volunteers are playing in the College World Series against those Texas A&M Aggies. We won't be bringing you the game though. They lots of craziness on those games, and they're so long. But I don't know. We'll see. I haven't decided yet. I really haven't decided. You can't decide. Braves tonight, UT. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But definitely can't do it tomorrow unless it rains out. Then we'll definitely do the game tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Are they practicing in the rain? It's not raining at this moment, but it's going to be raining here soon. So they're going to get at least 10 minutes on the track or something like that. At least they get some type of feel on how they get the track some laps there. But Lloyd says, my uncle from Maine is at the track, and he's telling me the weather not looking good for later on today. And hurry up. That's right. CeeLo, he agrees that it needs a total repave. Yeah, it is bad. Like, there's cracks in this track everywhere. Is it damp? It's humid. I don't know if it's damp, but I don't have a favorite college baseball team. Well, I'm a UT fan, so I got to support my boys there in the College World Series. I couldn't tell you that I watched any games this year. I'll be honest with you that. But, hey, you got to support them, So I got my College World Series shirt on here. Went to the campus last week and spent some money at the sports store, so... I don't know, Bonjour, that will be cool to win a wheeling race and an Xfinity race in the same weekend. Yeah, it'd be crazy. He is in the 19 car for JGR, and he is an open modified. He won this morning. They got a race in this morning for New Hampshire, and he won. So can someone explain how they determine the lineup in these types of situations? Because I don't know. So Bronny was saying that they separated them into Group A and Group B in the way their points, and that's how they do it all the way down. So I'm assuming that's it. Yes, I am. So, but yeah, so I'm assuming that's how the lineup is official there. Kelly says, go Denny. So yeah, this weekend, can't wear any Denny stuff. Last weekend, if you were with us, we had an amazing stream on our channel. We hit 15,000 subscribers, one of the biggest NASCAR streams we've ever had, biggest stream we've ever had. And the deal was, if I hit 15,000, I wasn't wearing anything Denny this week. So that's the deal I have with you guys. What's up, Brennan Dow? What's going on? Good to see you. So we're going to get some action on the track here. We'll see what happens. Suarez is the only one they've typed in so far. So Lee says she's is a Gamecock fan. Awesome, Lee. I feel bad for the 88 car today. Terrible starting position. Yeah, that's the problem when they cancel practice and qualify and you don't get a chance and you're based on points. And he doesn't have many points, so. Truex Jr. retiring, that 19, after the end of the year. And supposedly Chase Briscoe. Let's listen to Truex.
Jr., so you finally got the win at Loudon last year. As we look at this year, though, some things are changed. Different tire, a little bit different track package. How confident are you can go back-to-back?
Not really sure yet, honestly. I mean, just things change so
quickly.
I
know, Jordan.
This track has changed
We'll see what happens.
Even over the past 3 years, we've been coming here with the next-gen car. So, a new package, new tire, it'll surely be different, and, hopefully we can figure it out. The short track package, we've kind of been missing it a little bit on some things, and, hopefully we've got it figured out for here.
As we talk about New Hampshire,
are they using rain tires? No, they're not. Go Vols.
Full-time racing. If this is your last opportunity to run this racetrack, what kind of memories do you have?
Bubba should retire before Truex.
It's such a big part of my life, my racing career. Been coming here since I was a kid, and this is the only track that my dad and I and Ryan have all won at. So it's just really cool, and I've been racing here longer than any other track, on the circuit or whatever. So just a lot of really good memories. And it's a really special place, for guys from the Northeast like me. So excited for this weekend, and hopefully we can have a good run.
With that announcement out of the way,
all I want is for to score some good stage points and get a top 5.
Yeah,
yep, there you
go.
Relieved,
to finally figure out, what I'm going to do. So it feels good, and excited about the rest of the year. Hopefully we can do some great things.
Yeah, we'll see if Martin Truex Jr. can repeat here at New Hampshire.
No more questions as far as the future for Martin Truex Jr.
He said it feels good. I can't imagine that it doesn't feel like a weight off his shoulders that he's made, and now he can just focus.
He was like, "We got to go." He told him, "We got to go."
Now
Truex.
It's all about winning the championship, and
you picked Hamlin for the W. Yes, you did, Lloyd.
Martin Truex at this point in his life, he's a dangerous guy too. I mean, it would not surprise me one bit to see him win races and also contend for the championship.
And we see him climbing into the car. And we are being told that we are very close to seeing cars on track here at the Magic Mile. So a few minutes of practice for the Cup Series that's coming up.
Few minutes, we'll get a few minutes. We'll take a few minutes. Thank you for all the ones that have hit the like button for us on this stream. We appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out. I try to keep you guys updated on everything. So make sure you hit that like button. We're trying to get to 100 likes. And I think we're almost there. Let's see. We are at 77 likes, so we're about 27 away from 100 likes on a stream that we had no clue was going to happen today. So we appreciate you guys for all the love today. If you have not hit the subscribe, make sure you do. I see a couple have hit the subscribe since we've gone live. Thank you so much. We have a great time here. In the Xfinity race, I don't know, with the cloud cover, do we get the helicopter today? I don't know what will happen. We might go back to our in-car cameras for the Xfinity race, and of course it'll be only a couple. We'll see what they give us today on the cameras. They were awesome last week. If you have not seen our in-car cameras or the aerial cam or the battle cam that they have given us due to NBC's coverage, it is amazing, and it's a game changer for us, for some that can't watch the race. And it's not the broadcast. It is a free cam off of NASCAR.com. So we'll see what happens today with the Xfinity race, and we'll go from there. So it was awesome last weekend. It was crazy to watch that. We were really surprised with that. So make sure you tune in to get the pinned message above you in the chat for the Xfinity race today. Hopefully we'll get that in. I don't know if we will. The rain is coming. We probably won't start on time at 2:15 like it's supposed to Central, but we'll see what happens. If we may push it back, we got time before it gets dark. So there is no, I don't think there's any lights at New Hampshire either. So, but thanks so much, guys, for all the love, and happy Saturday morning to you guys. Hope you're having a great weekend. For the ones that are working and listen to us, we appreciate you as well. We try to keep you informed as much as possible. I know a lot of people listen to us, not watch, but listen. So that's awesome too. So we appreciate all of the support. So Cup cars should be on the track here momentarily for some NASCAR practice. We are not in qualifying. Qualifying was canceled. And let me put my practice thing up here so everybody knows what we're doing. Practice. I don't know if it's Group A or Group B or it's everybody. What's up, Ova? What's going on, Zach? Good to see you both. Here we go.
Abbreviated practice session for the Cup Series will be Victory Lane Review. That's from last week's Iowa race. And then it's Xfinity Series Racing at 3 o'clock, getting us set for that 3:06 green flag.
So I might need to change my time.
Seeing Xfinity cars on the track. Actually,
they've moved up the Xfinity race, so I need to change that.
And what potentially will we see in a very short, only 30 minutes as far as track time for these guys once they do open the track?
Well, I look at the other way. I think this is way more track time than they were thinking they were going to have. Remember, normal weekend, you only get 15 minutes in half a group, 15 in the other group. So while we see a lot of practice from a team standpoint, 30 straight minutes is some of the most practice we're going to see all year with only one set of tires. If it was me, I would really want to go out and make a long run. I'd really love to wait a minute, Jeff, and I'll go out right away because the track could change.
What's up, Rising Rhino? Good to see you.
Pending weather, I think I'd have to go out right away and make a longer run.
Yeah, the weather is all around us, and hopefully we can get this in. And it'd be interesting to see who's
appreciate you being
here,
really buddy.
Glad we got to practice, right? Because some guys will unload and not be anywhere near as good as they need to be.
There's that weather all around us you just mentioned, Jeff. It's surrounded the racetrack, but right now we're hoping that no precipitation falls again because they have gotten very close. We're just a couple minutes away from seeing cars on track here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
Commercial. Chicago Street Race. That is not next week. It is the following week. Now, next week on 100 likes, thank you guys so much for getting us there. Next week, I will be at Nashville. So if anybody is at Nashville next week, please let me know. I'd love to meet up with you guys out there for the Nashville race. We'll be bringing you some coverage from the NASCAR race, some live streams. We'll do some vlogs. All that stuff should be fun. But CeeLo's attending the Nashville race next week, so no streams, live streams like this next week. And then we'll come back the following week for the Chicago Street Race. So Rain canceled qualifying? Yes, it did. So rain canceled qualifying. They're trying to get some practice in, and that's what they're going to do. Some practice. When's the next Mickey adventure? Probably not for some time, Rising Rhino. We have a couple good vacations we're about to go on later in the year, and we're going to give Disney a break a little bit. So we've just got back. We actually dropped a vlog on Monday. Where we were at Epcot and Hollywood Studios, so make sure you check that out. That was a fun vlog. NASCAR van, what's up? And you'll get another one this Monday as well for a vlog too. Jamie says, go Joey 22. What's up? Good to see you. Drive the Charlotte race, CeeLo. I'll meet you there. All right, Kelly. I actually went to the Coca-Cola 600 one Memorial Day weekend. That was fun. Watched Truex Jr. win, actually. Boycott McDonald's. Zach, not a fan of Bubba, but that's okay. Everybody, has their drivers they don't like and like. You guys don't like Denny, but I like Denny, which is okay. We just cheer on your driver in here. That's one cool thing about this chat. It's a driver-friendly chat. Now, if you want to make, dog a driver, just be nice about it and be nice to your friends that are in the chat that are friends of that. So it's how it goes. So. Happy Saturday from the shores of Lake Normandy. Wow, Jamie. Lake Norman? It's like Norman? Let me see that. My chat is cut off there, so I really can't see that. Let's see here. Yeah, so I'm gonna up the time for the Xfinity race to 1:45. All right, here we go. Back to it.
Banking in the turns from 2 degrees to 7 degrees, and each team about ready to take it on.
He was pretty strong. Got to think Chastain as well next week. Chase Elliott, they're all good there.
To every minute of it, and actually different strategies. Some crew chiefs might say, "Hey, hold on a minute," because it's a green racetrack.
So if weather was out wasn't even in question, I would sit on pit road and give it 5 or 6 minutes. We had a modified race earlier. We've had jet dryers on the racetrack, and all of that's going to change how the track.
Oh, cars are rolling.
With the sprinkles in the area, I don't think you can afford to miss some of this practice. Kim.
You just saw Kyle Larson sitting on pit road.
I'm just curious. Let's see here.
Cliff Daniels just came on the radio, told his driver, "I like to see a handful of cars get 1 or 2 laps at speed before I put you out there, just to make sure everything is clear and good to go."
And we're seeing that right now.
No cameras. I was just checking if we had a
we'll see at what speed
battle cam track camera.
It's going to be busy. We saw, normally we see groups. It's been a long time since we've seen all 36 put out at practice at once, so it's going to be a busy racetrack.
Yeah, different teams have different ideas.
Mormon, Oklahoma. Okay, thank you, Mark.
Here, 3 of the Gibbs teams.
Jamie says first track Joey won was a Cup driver.
They're sitting there waiting it out.
So the 20, the 19, and 11 all sitting on pit road.
Sitting there waiting with them.
Looking for experience.
I think that's fair. I mean,
who's fastest? They just took their first lap right here. Those are the first 6 cars out, and there they are. We'll see what the second lap looks like.
Christopher all sitting on pit road, while there are a few cars out on track.
The home track of Legato.
There's Ty Gibbs. Tyler Reddick's the fastest lap turn so far at 30.64 seconds.
The shores of Lake Norman. Now I read it right. Sorry about that, Jamie.
Weather all weekend, so this race may start with this exact same condition with no rubber on the racetrack.
Yeah, Heim's gonna be in the 2311 car in Nashville
right after the rain. So this is a great opportunity to gain some experience.
It wouldn't shock me if the fastest lap of a run comes, run maybe lap 6 or 7. Just you got to start with.
Morning, Steve. Good to see you.
It takes you a couple laps.
Joey's your pick, Becky.
Is going to really determine how fast you're going to be able to go. As we see right here in the 54 of Ty Gibbs.
So far, Chris Busher was the fastest. Now Chastain.
Traffic forces a young driver like Ty Gibbs to kind of change his lane, like he will in the race.
I don't think so.
Chastain, 30:07.
It's the 69, right? The number 69.
And multiple lines being run by virtually everyone out on the track now.
Trying to get something in.
Currently, the only car that has not left pit road is Christopher Bell in the 20.
On the 50. All right.
And this is kind of the challenge of this racetrack, right? You see the 6 of Brad Keselowski in front of Chastain, and that's forcing Chastain to...
Wasn't that the money card in not this year's, but last year's Daytona 500?
A little bit of a diamond, trying to go for the low exit. As Hocevar goes to the top of the board in that 77. That's on his 3rd lap on the racetrack. Once again, I expect still to pick up.
Jeff Bodine was in the 50 car. Greg Sachs was in the 50 car. Bruce Hill was in the 50 car. AJ Foyt was in the 50 car.
He's made his way out onto the track. Again, defending race winner from a year ago.
Connor Daly made his first Cup Series start in the 50.
Seen a little bit of precipitation on that camera up on the top of the car.
21.
Made the 2023 Daytona 500. So Connor Daly, the last one.
You see right here the challenge this racetrack presents.
Wally Dallenbach stepped in for Ricky Craven in the 50 car.
Least amount of banking.
So lots of names.
If you're going to pass, that's where you have to find a way to make work.
Yeah. Yeah, last year's Daytona 500.
Another aspect of this racing.
Yeah, not only can you downshift to help increase engine RPM, it also will change the way the car balances. You know, when you downshift, if you downshift, what type of RPM setting when you get back to the gas, all can not only help the engine.
Caution for rain. It didn't last long.
The balance of the car, and here's the potential weather we talked about. So caution out for weather.
Caution. Well, they got what? 6 laps in?
You're seeing the drops on the camera there. And I'm looking through the schedule or the list of drivers. And it's looking like Bell did not complete a lap at speed. There's that radar. We talked about it being all around, but there are just light showers that continue to fall.
Yeah, Christopher Bell didn't even do a lap.
To the point where NASCAR deemed it not safe for them to be out there. So the red flag was thrown, and they've been brought back down to pit road.
Oh, well. Oh, gee.
Scoring monitor doesn't have Bell.
Got it in there. Is rain expected tomorrow? Yeah, Jamie. It's not looking good.
He did leave pit road.
Yeah, you know, Steve mentioned it. You know, if you see your driver and he's nowhere near the top on speed, don't get concerned. There was a lot of traffic on racetrack.
Yeah, Ernie Irvin, that 4. Sterling Marlin was in the 4.
Well, this yellow, you know, there's a little bit of former memories here that I think are making them very quick with the yellows in the rain. This is all the way back in 2021. Down into turn 1, you see the rain on the lens. First 2 cars around. Denny Hamlin.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Not really making much contact with the wall right there. Kyle Busch very upset.
And then you couple that with the Daytona incident where everybody drove into turn 1 and it was raining down there. And gosh, the whole field, it seemed like it wrecked. Since that, I mean, NASCAR has been very
and Hamlin make a lap, I believe. So, yeah, he made 3 laps.
So they had gotten the track dry, and almost everyone was able to get out and get up to speed, but for only a few laps. The most completed were 7 laps, and then a little bit of precipitation came once again.
All right. So the Xfinity race is supposed to start. We're supposed to go live in about 45 minutes. I don't think they're going to rain any more practice, but we'll see what happens. Is that a Tennessee hat you're wearing or a Texas hat? This is a Tennessee Volunteers hat. Volunteers. Go Vols. Playing tonight in the Texas A&M versus Tennessee in the World Series of the College World Series. So when they come back, we'll see what happens. We'll probably sign off here. But, hey, at least we got, 7 laps in on a practice. We got to see somebody pretty fast. Carson Hocevar, look at that. Fastest with 6 laps. William Byron with 7. Logano was up there for a little bit with 7 laps complete. Ryan Blaney ran 7. Ty Gibbs ran 7. Chase Elliott ran 7. And Tyler Reddick ran 7. And most importantly, Christopher Bell. A lot of us picked Christopher Bell this weekend. No practice. So that is that for qualifying. So qualifying was canceled. This is just practice. We'll see what happens when it comes back. I'm sure they're gonna cancel everything because they gotta get ready for the Xfinity race. It's supposed to start in about an hour, so they gotta get pre-race ceremonies for that going. They gotta get the cars out on the track and all that stuff. So yeah, in an hour. So make sure that link there at the pin message at the top. And like I said, with this rain coming, we'll just keep track of the weather. We might have to keep on pushing it back. Tennessee in basketball, Texas in football. We're Tennessee all the way around. Tennessee all the way around here on our channel. So, Rusty Wallace. So we'll see what happens when they come back here, and then we'll go from there. Forrest Kelly says, go Chase Elliott. He's going to be on the pole tomorrow, guys. Chase Elliott on the pole with Ryan Blaney. Chase Elliott ran a, 30.205. His best time was a 30.162. But Carson Hocevar, best time right now, 29.865. His last lap was a 30.07. Trying to think who was the fastest here. So far, Michael McDowell, fastest last lap. So here we go.
But it's not too late to get in the game with NASCAR Fantasy Live. You can create an entry by picking 5 drivers plus a garage driver to compete. Fantasy Live, it lets you keep tabs of your lineup and make in-race adjustments to maximize your score. Make sure to visit NASCAR.com/fantasy to play along. Top of the list and top of the scoring pylon, the 77 of Carson Hocevar was able to go out there and run a lap at 29.86. That was his 3rd lap out there. He ran 6.
Just put the rain tires on. Exactly, Cole.
Back on pit road and out of the car. Kim?
I talked with his crew chief, Luke Lambert, earlier in the morning, and Luke was very concerned on whether or not they would get out on the racetrack.
That's cool, random that he's staying in. Depends on what driver. You think Cole Custer is going to come back? Everybody else is going to leave?
He didn't even care about qualifying. He just wanted to get practice in. But as we look, Carson only made 6 laps. The most any driver made was 7 laps.
You think he convinces Josh Berry to stay?
To give a driver a sense of this place. And, it takes a number of
Could
laps
be
to
Josh Berry.
Tires. So, Steve, did they do more hurt than help being out there for that short amount of time?
Well, now
we're watching Real Shark. We're listening to the real-time practice.
I'm not sure 6 laps help me with anything.
Real-time practice. They haven't run it yet.
Carson Hocevar, I think 6 laps could have some value.
Qualifying was
not
canceled.
Not really to read the race car, but hey, here's New Hampshire. Here's what it looks like. So when we drop the green going into turn 1, you've at least got a glance at what it's going to be like.
Well, and the other thing, we don't really know all the strategies of the race team. If one of the things you could have considered is knowing that there is weather all over, maybe saying, all right, let's push some air pressure in these tires. Let's see how they're going to take off. Let's kind of give ourselves a test. If we had a late race restart, does this car make
he's
grip or
the
not?
points leader, Real Shark. Chase Elliott's the points leader, so whenever they cancel qualifying, the points leader gets the pole. Just like today for the Xfinity race, Cole Custer is the points leader, and he is now on the pole for today's Sci Apps 200.
Come to a solution. So there's so much creativity by the crew chiefs, engineers.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to pick Keith Priest because he hasn't done anything.
People, and I can promise you that not everyone
Briscoe's already gone.
Practice for the same reason.
In just a little bit, we'll see Victory Lane Review. That's at 2:30. And then Xfinity Series Racing taking place this afternoon. And that green flag scheduled for 3:06. We're hoping that the weather accommodates that. Here's the starting grid. They were not able to get practice.
All right, so we're going to end it here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out here today. Thanks for the likes, though. That's awesome. We got over 100 likes. Let's see. What did we get here? What was the final? 117 likes. That's awesome. On a quick hour or so. Well, not even an hour, 42 minutes. So thank you guys so much for the stream. Appreciate hit the like, hit the subscribe if you're watching on replay. NASCAR qualifying was canceled, so we just watched about 7 laps of practice. And Carson Hocevar is the fastest on the leaderboard right now. But as I said in the pinned message above you is the link to the Xfinity race. So make sure you guys head over there. This is going to redirect you guys as well as always. And we will see you very soon for NASCAR Xfinity race Cy Apps 200 on the polls. Cole Custer. So hopefully they'll bring all the fun. We'll keep you updated on the weather, and we'll see how it goes. So just keep track of us in the chat. We'll see you soon. And maybe, that's right, William, maybe. That's a big question. So lots of rain. They got some time, so stay tuned. We'll have some fun. Thanks for everybody for everything today. And we will see you soon from New Hampshire. See y'all later. Peace out. See you in a bit.